most likely to leave early during a match or stop watching before the end of the game? Robbie, I'll start with you.
Man United fans. 100% Man United fans because, picture this, the game's at Old Trafford. Half of their fans live in London anyway, so they've got to get home in and beat the traffic.
Like
so definitely Man United fans.
Flex, I can't imagine you agree.
What a cliche. I mean, do you know what? If I'd been through what the Arsenal fans have been through in the last 7 years, I'd probably say a different team as well to them because it's got to be Arsenal. You look at what they've been through, the manager situation, players getting booed off the pitch, captains throwing armbands on the fields, their most expensive players playing video games instead of playing football. It's definitely Arsenal fans, and they've been on the wrong end of a load of results, so they've got every reason to leave the Emirates before anyone else.
That week doesn't take us long to get home.
Which is even worse. At least we've actually got a reason. The M6 is a horrible motorway. Yeah,
that's why you all leave early. I mean, United fans, they'll be like, mate, see you next week. Got to beat the traffic, mate. See you later.
Quite good, that service from Piccadilly to London Euston now, actually. Right, next one. Bet against their own team. Start with you, Flex.
What was that against their own team?
Most likely to bet against their own team.
I'd say Burnley fans. I would like to say Arsenal, but it would be boring because they do tick a lot of these boxes. But I'm going to say Burnley because they're just that team where, no disrespect to Burnley fans, but if you was to pick one club that you could probably swap with a championship club to come into the Premier League, I'm sorry, Burnley fans, you've had a great time. And Sean Dyche has done really well at the club, but I would choose them to swap. And I just think that their performances are so up and down. I think they'd probably think to themselves, we're probably going to play negative football and get beat, so they'll probably bet against themselves.
Right, Flex, happy place isn't Burnley. What about you, Robbie?
I was going to say United fans as well, because they've got a habit of, messing up, and the odds are always on their side that they're going to win. And they, like the other day in the Champions League, where they thought they were going to win the Champions League after beating Leipzig, and it all fell apart. But I think I'd have to go for Sheffield United fans. You know what I mean? You're shoo-in, aren't you?
Make a bit of pain in the misery.
This season, you're absolutely shoo-in to make money after every game. That's if they're even accepting bets on them anymore.
Like that, gents. Right, we'll move on quickly. Most likely to support a second team. Robbie, start with you.
Come on, that's definitely United. 100%.
You know what? There's no point even asking him any questions here.
No. This is not even banter now, right? It's either Man United or Man City, right? Because if you go and see, there's not even any Manchester United fans from Manchester.
That's ridiculous. Do you know what's crazy?
Hold on, it's true. A lot of your fans, so you speak to people in Manchester. I used to go up there a lot, especially back in the day, and they're like, most people from Manchester support Man City.
Wow.
That is a fact, right? So, and you speak to a lot of United fans, and they do support other clubs. Like, I support, I don't know, Bury, but I go and watch United. I support this, but I go and watch United. Definitely United, 100%.
Mate, the way Arsenal fans are going on, they may as well convert to Tottenham, because at the end of the day, the way you lot are going on, you got nothing to shout about. And it's just such a stereotypical thing. I think it's that jealousy of, when you're the world's biggest club, how could your fan base not represent that? How could you not have the most fans in the world? So I'm not even going to say...
No, that's the reason why, because you are a fan base full of glory hunters.
We're a fan base full of global support. What we are is a fan base full of global support. And this feeds in nicely to hated, adored, never... I'm not even answering the question, because you know what, at the moment, Robbie's talking so much rubbish that it's a typical small club mentality, what he's talking about. We're little old Arsenal, don't win anything, we're from round the corner. We're all from Holloway Road. We're all from Holloway Road. Your club was starting in South London. What are you talking about?
Right, let's move on before the fist fight breaks out. We'll move on to most likely to sing at the match out of the 20 Premier League clubs. Flex, I'll start with you. What are you saying?
Do you know what? The Man United away fans are absolutely insane. We are always singing. I mean, I don't know whether you mean home or away. Do you mean?
We'll go with home to start with. Yeah, who would you say is most likely to sing?
Home. I'm going to be really honest. From the last couple of seasons, I've been really impressed with Sheffield United. When you go there, it is a loud cauldron of noise. Liverpool like to give it all the time, but really they're just singing "You Never Walk Alone" at the beginning and the end, and that's it. They try to make out like it's a cauldron of noise, but it ain't. Sheffield United, they sing really, really loudly. I'm annoyed that we can't get to Ellen Road. because I think Leeds would be an absolutely crazy atmosphere. But I'm gonna go with Sheffield United.
Robbie, what about yourself?
Yeah, I think that's not a bad shout.
Yeah, we like that one
for once, because you know what, Sheffield. What I always say with a lot of teams, right, is that they're singing when they're winning. So, like, even us at Arsenal at home, sing when we're winning. It's not loud enough when the team needs them, right?
Need the support.
I find that even I've been to Anfield, which everybody says is like great atmosphere. And I agree with what Flex is saying. Like, those teams, when they're on top, they're loud. But Sheffield United, right throughout, when I was there, they were loud. And I like Flex. I would have loved to have gone to Leeds as well. And I think Sheffield United have been hurt by that this season. The fact that they haven't got that crowd behind them. You know what I mean? Because they definitely had that as a 12th man. So yeah, I'd agree with him for once.
Like that, right? I think there's going to be some disagreement on this one, but Flex, I think I know where you're going. Most likely to sell out an away end.
Oh, it's Man United all over. I mean, for some of the negative reasons that Robbie is actually accepting that our fan base is so big. And obviously, me going to every single United game that there is, especially away, I see fans literally come from all over the world, and that's for away games as well. And our away end is absolutely rammed out. There's sometimes the allocation's only 3,000-4,000. We get like 15,000, 20,000 applicants just for away games. It's undoubtedly Man United. The away end we have is always rocking all over the world. Friendly, cup games, Champions League games, you name it, Premier League games, absolutely rammed. 100% United.
Love that. Robbie, I presume you agree with that one, yeah?
No, I don't agree. Well, actually, hold on. Right. In a way, I agree with that because it's one of 3 clubs, yeah? So Arsenal, for instance, I've been to every Arsenal game for the last 7 years, and every single time the away end's been sold out. Our support away from home is phenomenal. And I think there's 3 clubs in the Premier League in particular. Man United, I do agree, they're one. Liverpool are the other. Arsenal. Those 3 teams always sell out the away end. You can't get a ticket for Arsenal away. You can't. The waiting list is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Tickets, on the black market change hands for ridiculous money, even if it's Burnley or somebody like that away. No disrespect to them.
Very true.
I don't think you could just say only Man United. I think you've got to put us in there and you've got to put Liverpool in there as well.
Like that. Right, moving on. Most likely to have a tattoo related to their team. Robbie, I'll go with you first.
Oh. Most likely to have a tattoo. I think I'd have to go for maybe again, Sheffield United or Leeds.
First one to come to mind to me was what about Newcastle?
Newcastle. Actually, yeah, you're right. Newcastle. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's because they've always got their shirts off though, so you can always see them. Yeah, I mean, they're mad up there. They'll take their shirts off in the freezing cold. But yeah, I'd say one of the let's go Newcastle actually. That Newcastle or Leeds. I think one of them two. They're always proud to get those tattoos on. I'm a Leeds fan.
Flex, are we in agreement?
You know what, Will, you took mine there. Mine's going to be either, I've seen a lot of United fans with tattoos, to be fair. But I would have gone with Liverpool because they've lived in the past for so long. Their thing is always about, trying to remember. I mean, don't get me wrong, the last couple of years, they're at the top, so I give them that.
They got some fresh tattoos. They got some fresh tattoos.
Exactly, they got some new ones, but I'm just going off my old school friends, right? Because coming up in school, Liverpool fans couldn't get involved in any conversations of my era of Liverpool fans, yeah?
We're getting tattoo removal.
Exactly. So I would have said
Arsenal
Newcastle.
Fans now.
Yeah, exactly. But I would have gone with Newcastle or Liverpool, but because you lot have gone Newcastle, I'll stick with that because that was my first thought. Newcastle fans are absolutely nuts.
Like that, we've got some agreement. Right, most likely to be blocked by their own team on Twitter.
Do you want to start with me on this one, or do you want to start with Robbie? Because I think we'll both agree on this one too.
Go on, Flex, I'll let you start.
Well, I don't even think I need to say anything. This has to be Arsenal. It has to be. You look at the hierarchy at Arsenal, they probably see the fans ranting every week, going crazy. They would definitely want to block all of them. All of them. I mean, I'm surprised that they even look at some of the Arsenal fans and look how angry they are and still let them in. Do you know what I mean? It's absolutely crazy what's going on over there right now. So definitely, it has to be Arsenal. It has to be.
Rob?
Might possibly be Arsenal. Probably likely to the fact that, We've got the biggest fan channel in the world. And we let voices be heard.
We've got the most flip-flop fan channel in the world.
What I'd say to that is that, it probably is Arsenal because, I think this is going to sound ridiculous now. We've probably got we did have the most patient fans in the world because we've been promised so much since we've moved to the Emirates and none of it's been delivered on. So we have every right to voice our opinions and maybe a lot of times the hierarchy don't want to hear that and they would block us. So, but listen, they better start listening to us.
Half of you lot are already blocked anyway. You asked DT if we can send a tweet to the AFTV, to the Arsenal admin. He'd probably blocked as well. True,
I'm not blocked.
You're probably blocked as well.
That's a relief. That is right. Next one on the list, we've got most likely to boo their own team.
Oh my God.
Flex.
Listen, to be fair to Arsenal fans, they actually have a lot to boo for because they've got some awful players who really are awful. And some players who do some really stupid things. You look at when they were booing Xhaka off the pitch not too long ago. They booed Bellerin one time at Crystal Palace. He went to take a throw. They told him he wasn't even fit to wear the shirt. I remember that. So their players give them a lot of reason to actually boo their players because they're a mess. Right. I've got to go with Arsenal again. I'm sorry.
Rob?
This guy's trying to talk like you... Are you a prime Real Madrid or Barcelona or something?
Well, right? I'm just saying the facts,
you keep talking about Arsenal, right?
You're not always booing your players. We've been awful. Always.
We've been awful this season. What was the result when we played you?
Oh, there we go.
Oh, okay.
Tell me. I tell you what. You tell me the last time you won a game since you beat us.
Let's keep on the question.
Hold on a second. This proves what a small club mentality they had. That's like saying last year. That's like saying, right?
When you played us.
This is how you know. This is how you know it's a small club mentality. Let me tell you something. Last year, right? Bournemouth beat Man United. They got relegated. Yeah, they were awful. And that's something that the Bournemouth fans would have said, oh, but we beat you. That is the worst thing.
No, I'm saying stop talking because you ain't won nothing recently. You win nothing.
You've won something. Love that. That was perfect.
You ain't won nothing.
Hold on a minute.
You earlier on.
What's that cup?
Wait a minute.
What's that cup in the middle of your top? What's that cup in the middle of your top? You've won that quite recently. And you're 15th. You're 15th.
Earlier on in the season, right?
You're 15th.
I remember these United fans saying, enjoy Thursday night. Well, where are you now? Thursday nights, bro. Yeah. Right. Remember that. Now let's go back to your question.
Who's most likely to boo?
The booing one.
Yeah, let's stick to the booing.
Yeah, I've seen United fans want to fight their own player in Pogba, let alone boo. So I don't want to hear nothing from him.
He doesn't get booed at the games though.
Right. All fans on occasions boo their players. Arsenal fans have had a lot of occasions to boo, but we don't always boo our players. That's rubbish. Right. So I'm sorry, I'm not having that.
Before the fight breaks out, we'll move it on. Most likely to be the least liked group of fans on Twitter. Flex?
Do you know what? I want to move on the conversation because I feel that this could just be a head-to-head between me and Robbie with every single category, which probably isn't fair to the viewers. So I'm actually gonna be the mature one in this conversation, right?
Yeah. Okay.
And I'm gonna say Liverpool fans. I'm gonna say Liverpool fans because they're always moaning the injuries and VAR's against us and stuff like that. As a United fan, no bias, I could take that hat off, right? I can accept there are a lot of decisions that go for the bigger clubs. There is a big club bias with the VAR decisions. Sometimes you don't get them, but with Man United especially, we do get a lot of decisions in our favour. Not so much just the penalties, because a lot of them are being penalties, but Liverpool fans, honestly, the way they were sending visuals and almost holding a wake for Virgil van Dijk because he'd done his knee, like they just feel so sorry for themselves all the time. So for me, it's Liverpool.
Rob, is there anything to be said about Manchester City fans? A lot of people saying with all the money that comes.
I don't think they're big enough yet to get enough hate.
I agree on that. I
think. Listen, I hate moving the conversation on. It's Man United fans. They're even hated by their own players, Pogba, and his agent.
Love that. Right, let's
move on to about agents here.
Let's move on to the final one. Most likely to be unrealistic about their team's prospects. Rob?
Oh, that's got to be Tottenham. That's got to be Tottenham. I'm not even giving that on United.
Well, at least they're near the top of the league,
right? But they're top of the league now, right? And every Tottenham fan will think they're going to win the league. Like they thought they were going to win the Champions League and they think they're going to win the league every season, and it always ends in tears. So I think most unrealistic, it's got to be Tottenham fans, because they just haven't won nothing for, when was the last time they won anything?
That's a great question.
Always there and thereabouts, but never win.
Flex?
I actually agree with what you said there of the reasons why it's Tottenham, but it is Arsenal. it is Arsenal. After you won that very cup that's tattooed on your chest right there, it was, we've got our Arsenal back and Arteta's the man. We'll be challenging for top 4. We'll be doing this. We'll be doing that. And now every time I see AFTV, all you ever ask is how long's the manager got left? So if that's not deluded, I don't know what is. So it's got to be you lot. It's got to be.
You've got the second coming of Sir Alex Ferguson, I see. I've heard you and Mark Goldbridge saying that you want Ollie out.
Right, but hear what? I've never said I want Ollie out. I've never said. No. Hold on. Let's have this right. Section for most let's have this right. You just got to look at league positions, right? We are 5 points off top with a game in hand. You are watching Brighton, Fulham, and Sheffield United. When we came back against Sheffield United, you were buzzing. You was like, yes, at least Sheffield United can't catch us.
I didn't watch the game. I was out for a Christmas dinner.
Oh, of course you don't.
Let's end it there. Fantastic.